There is a weapon more powerful than wealth, fame, or strength. Every great mind throughout history has used it, yet almost every modern man has abandoned it. You have access to it right now, in every moment of your life. But you run from it without even realizing it. That weapon is silence, not the silence of emptiness, the silence of presence, the silence that burns through illusion and reveals truth. Steve Jobs used it to see what others missed. Einstein used it to hear the laws of the universe whisper through stillness. Miyamoto Musashi used it to sharpen his mind like a blade. Silence was their discipline, their meditation, their weapon. And you, whether you know it or not, are surrounded by the very thing that can set you free. If only you'd stop running from it. The modern world has declared war on silence. Noise fills every space. Music in the car, voices in the hallway, notifications on the phone, screens glowing in the dark. We mistake sound for connection and movement for meaning. But the constant hum of stimulation has numbed our ability to think, to feel, to truly be. We've become terrified of quiet, because in the quiet, our masks fall away. I once met a man who admitted something most never would. He said, "I'm afraid of silence." He was rich, successful, confident, but every moment of his life was filled with noise. He listened to podcasts at breakfast, music while working, shows while falling asleep. He told me that when it got too quiet, his thoughts started asking questions he didn't want to hear. Who am I? What am I doing? Why am I living this way? He said silence made him feel like he was standing naked before his own soul, so he filled every moment with sound. But here's the truth. When you run from silence, you run from yourself. The ancients understood what we have forgotten. They called silence the mirror of the mind. Pythagoras said, "A fool is known by his speech, a wise man by his silence." Lao Tzu said, "Those who know do not speak." Every sage, every warrior, every philosopher reached the same conclusion. Silence is the foundation of power. There are 4 powers hidden in silence, and each one can completely change your life. The first is clarity. In silence, you begin to hear what others cannot. Not mystical voices, but the whisper of intuition, the quiet pull of what's true. The body speaks through silence. The heart reveals its direction when the mind finally stops shouting. There's a story of a businessman who was drowning in chaos. Debt rising, employees panicking, solutions collapsing. Everyone had advice, everyone wanted to talk. He did something radical. He locked himself in a room for 3 hours with no phone, no sound, no light. When he emerged, he had a single insight that changed everything. Within months, his company was thriving. It wasn't strategy that saved him. It was stillness. Modern neuroscience now proves this ancient truth. When the mind is quiet, neural noise drops. The brain's default mode network resets. Creative connections ignite. The most powerful ideas come not from effort, but from openness. That's why your best insights come in the shower, on a walk, or alone at night. Silence clears the static so the truth can be heard. The second power is creativity. The greatest thinkers of all time didn't find their ideas in crowds. They found them in solitude. Einstein would take long, silent walks when his equations failed him. Newton sat under a tree, lost in quiet thought, and saw the laws of motion fall into place. Tesla would isolate himself for weeks, sketching inventions that would later change the world. Silence is not the absence of thought. It's the environment where thought finally learns to breathe. A neuroscientist who studied creative minds for over 15 years discovered something remarkable. Nearly 90% of breakthroughs occur in moments of solitude, not collaboration. While the world praises brainstorming, the truth is that innovation blooms when the noise fades. When the world stops speaking, your soul finally has space to answer. Try this. The next time you're stuck, resist the urge to reach out or distract yourself. Sit down, turn off everything. Set a timer for 20 minutes and do absolutely nothing. Don't try to think. Don't try to solve. Just listen. You'll be shocked at what rises from the depths of your own silence. The third power is influence. Silence is the language of authority. In a room full of voices, the one who speaks least controls the rhythm. In a negotiation, a conversation, or a conflict, He who can remain silent longest owns the moment. There was a leader once who presented a proposal worth millions. When he finished, he didn't rush to speak. He sat in stillness. The silence stretched, 10 seconds, 20, 30. The other side grew restless and began to talk. They revealed their fears, their limits, their desires. The deal tripled in value. He never had to speak again. Silence unsettles the untrained mind. Behavioral psychologists have found that just 4 seconds of silence makes most people anxious enough to fill the gap with words. The wise let silence do the work. The insecure fear it. That's why true leaders speak less and say more. Their calm presence commands attention because it radiates mastery. It's the same energy you feel from a seasoned samurai, a monk, or a master craftsman. The power of a quiet man who knows himself. In a world that screams, silence is magnetic. Studies now prove that silence sharpens the intellect and deepens emotional control. Men who practice 30 minutes of daily silence show a 65% increase in decision-making accuracy. Just 2 minutes of complete silence lowers stress hormones more than any relaxation track or guided meditation. Silence gives you back what noise steals: focus, clarity, and composure. The fourth power is healing. And this one might save your life. We live in the noisiest age in human history. Constant sound, constant movement, constant stimulation. But our biology was never built for it. The human nervous system evolved in a world of natural rhythm: wind, water, heartbeat, breath. The endless assault of modern sound destroys that balance. It raises cortisol, shortens breath, and keeps the brain in a permanent state of tension. Noise doesn't just irritate you, it sickens you. It's been linked to anxiety, depression, heart disease, and insomnia. A nurse more than a century ago wrote, "Unnecessary noise is the cruelest form of carelessness." She was right. But silence restores what noise breaks. 20 minutes of complete quiet a day can reset your nervous system. It slows your pulse, deepens your breath, and repairs your focus. It's not meditation. It's not a technique. It's the natural medicine your body has always known. Try it. Tonight, before sleep, turn everything off. No phone, no music, no distractions, just stillness. Don't chase thoughts. Don't fight them. Let them rise and fall. The first night will feel uncomfortable. The second, calmer. Within a week, you'll feel lighter. Within a month, you'll feel awake in a way you haven't felt in years. That's what silence does. It brings you home to yourself. Every man who ever shaped the world used silence as his forge. Thoreau retreated into quiet and emerged with words that changed generations. Musashi lived for years in solitude and became immortal through mastery. Einstein, Tesla, Gandhi, all students of silence. They knew that greatness doesn't come from noise, it comes from depth. You don't need to escape society or live in a temple. You just need to reclaim a few sacred minutes each day where the world cannot reach you. Sit, breathe, listen. Let silence rebuild the connection between your body, mind, and soul. Because silence is not emptiness. It's the highest form of sound. It's the echo of your own essence calling you back to strength. The world is shouting, but you don't have to. The loud are many. The calm are few. The loud seek validation. The calm seek truth. When all noise falls away, you will meet the one person who can truly change your life, yourself. Train your mind. Master yourself. Walk the dojo path.